Hello, what's up everybody? It's Omar Marabbit back with another video, and today we're going to be doing the best MLB free agency signings from this offseason. And these are all my opinions on the best player that each team signed. I might not know who the player is, so I might go by their money to their stats and how effective this player is going to be to their team. Alright, so starting off this list is the Arizona Diamondbacks. And their best player they signed in free agency was, I might buffer his name, Eduardo Escobar. He signed a 3-year, $21 million deal with the Diamondbacks. Alright, the next team is the Atlanta Braves. They only signed 3 people this free agency, but 2 of them pretty good players. Now this one's kind of a no-brainer though. It's former MVP Josh Donaldson. This third baseman signed for 1 year, $23 million deal. Alright, so the next team is the Orioles. Oh man, they did a lot. Oh, wait. They didn't sign anybody this year? You serious? Alright, moving on to the World Series champions, Boston Red Sox. And their biggest free agent signed, sorry for buffering his name, I know I will, is Nathan Elvadani. You see the name, you know you couldn't say it either, unless you already know how to say it then. He signed a 4-year, $67.5 million deal. Wow. All we need is the Boston Red Sox to be more powerful than they already are. Alright, the next team is the White Sox. They signed some pretty good guys, and this was kind of hard for me to decide who it was. But I went with this guy, and he is Kelvin Herrera. Now, Kelvin Herrera signed a 2-year, $18 million contract with the White Sox. Alright, the next team on this list is my least favorite team out of all the teams, the Chicago Cubs. Honestly, I don't know anybody they signed, but the best player they signed was Brad Branch. He signed a 1-year, $3 million with the Cubs. Alright, the next team's my favorite team, the Cincinnati Reds. Oh, we're so stacked this year. We just got so much better. Oh, we didn't sign anybody either? That's right, we made trades. Alright, the next team I kind of like since they're in Ohio. It is the Cleveland Indians. Oh, wait, they didn't sign anybody either? Ohio literally signed nobody this free agents. Come on, Ohio. Okay, the next team is the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies. And unfortunately, they did sign one player this year. It was Daniel Murphy. Daniel Murphy signed for a 2-year, $24 million contract with the Rockies. Alright, the next team up is the Detroit Tigers. They signed a couple players this year, only 3, okay. I mean, whatever they're doing's working, I guess. And the best The best pitcher they signed was Matt Pitcher. I just gave his position away. Oh my god, I'm sorry. But the best player they signed this year was Matt Moore, who signed a 1-year, $2.5 million contract. Alright, next team is the champions of 2017, the Houston Astros. The Astros signed Michael Brantley to a 2-year, $32 million contract. Alright, the next team is the Kansas City Royals. Why do I keep talking like that? And they signed my boy, former Red, Billy Hamilton. I just realized they signed 3 center fielders. Wow. But Billy signed for a 1-year, $5.25 million contract. Alright, the next team is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Honestly, looking at the free agency sign, I think they did a pretty good job. But the best player, in my opinion, they signed is Matt Harvey. Former Red, I know, yeah. He signed a 1-year, $11 million contract with the Angels. The next team is the other LA team, the LA Dodgers. They didn't really sign many people, but they did re-sign some players. And the best player I feel like they re-signed, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say his name wrong, Hyun Jin Ryu, who signed an extension with the Dodgers for 1 year, $17.9 million. The next team is the Miami Marlins. Unfortunately, they didn't sign anybody this year. Oh well, maybe next year. Next team is the Milwaukee Brewers. This team was so close to making it to the World Series. They lost in a Game 7. They signed this player, only one player, to maybe give that extra push to make it to the World Series next year. And that is Yasmani Grandal. He signed a 1 year, $18.25 million contract. The next team is the Minnesota Twins. They signed 2 quality players this offseason, but one player is obviously way better than the other, and that is Nelson Cruz. Even though Nelson Cruz is getting up there in age, as he's 38 years old, he still got a contract for 1 year, $14.3 million. The next team is the New York Yankees. They signed many quality and re-signed many quality players to beast up their team and even more. But in my opinion, I think the best player here is Zach Britton. Zach Britton signed a 3-year, $39 million deal with the Yankees. The next team is the Yankees' neighbor, the Mets, and they signed Jed Lowrie. They signed Jed Lowrie to a 2-year, $20 million contract. The next player or next team is the Athletes. They signed 4 players this offseason, and their best player is Mike Fiers. At least that's how I think you say his name. He signed a 2-year, $14.1 million contract with the A's. The next team on this list is the Philadelphia Phillies, who they signed. This is obviously a no-brainer. Andrew McCutchen. See what I did there? Because his name's McCutchen and he's clutch. So McCutchen, you get it. He signed a 3-year, $50 million contract. Even though he's getting up in there in age, he's still getting that dough. The next team is one of my most hated teams again, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yes, the Pittsburgh Pirates. And they signed Lonnie Chisenhall. He signed a 1-year, $2.75 million contract. The next team are the San Diego Padres, who signed Ian Kinsler. Even though he's 36-year-old, he's getting a 2-year, $8 million contract. Next team on the list, and I know I keep saying that a lot, but I can't think of anything else creative to say, is the San Francisco Giants, who signed, I know I've been saying that a lot too, but whatever, Derek Holland. Derek Holland signed a 1-year, $7 million contract with the Giants. The next team on the list is the Seattle Mariners. And they signed, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. I don't want to embarrass myself that much. But yeah, he was the best free agent signed. He got a 3-year, $43 million contract. The next team is St. Louis Cardinals. And all they did was sign one pitcher. They need more than that. But anyways, they signed Andrew Miller. And they signed him to a 2-year, $25 million contract. The next team is the Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays. And they signed Charlie Morton. This was a no-brainer. They signed 2 players, And Charlie Morton's one of the best pitchers in the league, so this is a no-brainer. They signed him to a 2-year, $30 million contract. Next team is the Texas Rangers. They signed a lot of people, actually, which is nice. They spent around $50 million in free agency. And my Reds did nothing. Thanks, guys. But anyways, they signed Lance Lynn. They signed him to a 3-year, $30 million contract. The next team is the Toronto Blue Jays. They didn't do much this offseason, but at least they signed some players. Which is, the best player at making shoes, Matt Shoemaker. He signed a 1-year, $3.5 million contract. The last and final team is the Washington Nationals. They signed this player for a lot of money. They signed Patrick Corbin. Now his contract is the longest and worth the most out of anybody we've seen today. What a coincidence to end it off on him. And yes, I know I can't say that word. But he signed for a 6-year, $140 million contract. That is insane. That's like a max NBA contract, honestly. That's an insane amount of money. Alright, guys, that's for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a long time to jot down the notes and look up all the players and what time they signed in. So if you guys can subscribe and like the video, that would make a humongous difference and just make my day. Editing this is gonna take forever anyways. I hope you guys did enjoy. And news on the channel, I'm going to make this channel into sports news. I'm going to be trying to post every day, but with school and only a 4-hour wingspan of me resting, I'm not sure if I'd be able to fulfill my promise, but I'm going to try to do whatever I can. I'm going to try to get this video up by today. And also, this video was recorded on January 25th, so any signings that happen after that, I did not know of. They're new to me. And yeah, I also did not count minor league signings, so the Reds signed some minor league players, but I didn't count them because they're not on the official roster, the 40-man roster. Alright, anyways, you probably heard enough of my voice today. I've talked too much today, and see you guys. Bye.